All right, so in today's video, we're going to talk about how to present a proposal. And if you want to see an actual proposal I just presented that resulted in a closed deal, let me know. I might be able to publish the actual call with the prospect, with the client. So if you want to know how to close more deals, I've had a lot of people asking me, how do you present a proposal? Then I decided to make this video. I think you're really going to like it. And if you haven't already watched my videos on discovery, you need to watch those before this. I can have them in the card now because without the discovery framework, your proposals are not going to close. That's why the first point in this presentation is discovery. You need to run a proper discovery call. You need to know where they are now, where they want to go, what's in their way, how they want to solve it, when they want to solve it, and why they want to solve it, how much they can spend to solve it, who else is involved in the decision. There's so many factors that you need to uncover in your discovery process that you need to close the sale, not only because they need to feel understood. If they don't feel understood, they won't buy from you. You need to understand them, because if you don't understand them, how can you prescribe the right solution as a doctor, right? So discovery is super important. You need to go through discovery, which is why you never present a proposal before finishing the discovery process, okay? You just really shouldn't do it. Like, the proposal needs to come after a discovery call or discovery calls if you don't extract all the information on one call. For example, sometimes we'll have 2 or 3 calls with the prospect before I give them a proposal, because we're just having great conversation and I don't want to rush into anything, and they're the kind of person that wants to take it slow. So that's what I do. Other people want to see it all in the first call. But whatever the case is, you need to have the discovery process finished before you present the proposal. And notice the keyword here is present. You need to present it, don't send it. Most people will just say, okay, yeah, send me a proposal. And then you go ahead and send it over. That's a big mistake. Why? I'll tell you why. If you pause the video and like this video, leave a comment down below letting me know if you want to see the live sales call. And by the way, if you want a lead generation training document that will help you generate leads, it's bulletproof, step by step by step, you can grab it down below. It's free. I'll email it to you. I've had students make thousands of dollars after implementing this training, and you can have it as well. It's how I generate leads for cold email, and it will help you book more meetings so you can have more proposal calls. That being said, once you have the proposal call, you want to present. Don't send it, because what's going to happen? Many things. Number one, they're going to skip from the cover page down to the price, and they're going to just see a price tag. They're not going to understand the value of what you're offering, the features and benefits, and they're going to pass, because if the value in their mind is not greater than the cost of buying, they will not buy. It is your job to explain the value and explain the benefits and explain it in their own terms of their goals, their challenges, etc. So they'll just skip the price and they won't want to buy. Number two, you're not there to ask for the order, so they can't move it forward themselves, right? You're not on the phone with them. There's not a live person there asking them to move forward, move the sales process forward. You also can't overcome objections or answer questions. It's really just really bad. So when somebody tries to ask you to send over a proposal, you need to counter that. You need to overcome the objection, and you need to get them to book a meeting with you to go through it. So always present, don't send. It's in their best interest and yours. But what do you put in the proposal anyway? I spent a long time trying to figure out, what do I put in my proposal that's going to make people want to buy, right? I could never figure it out until one day it clicked, and I realized you put in the proposal what the prospect wants to see. Pretty simple, right? Well, how do you know what the prospect wants to see? You ask them during the discovery process, which is why I had discovery as the very first point in this entire presentation, right? At the end, you ask, right? After you know their context and goals, you say something like, hey, Joe, it sounds like right now you're at $1 million a year in revenue. You want to be at 5 in the next 4 years. And right now, generating leads is the biggest challenge for you, because you're relying on referrals for growth. And you're looking for a way to generate more leads with email outreach. Wonderful. I want to show you how I think we can help you, because we've helped a lot of other people just like you with something very similar, okay? So are you interested in something like that? And they're going to be like, yeah, that sounds good. That's how you book the next meeting. Great. I'll put together a custom plan for you, because I know that everyone likes to see different things. What specifically do you want to see, in this plan, or in this, whatever you ask them, right? They'll tell you, I want to see case studies. I want to see process. I want to see numbers, right? They'll tell you what they want to see, and they'll tell you why. And now you can just put that exact thing in your proposal. You can put their goals, their challenges, where they are now, where they want to be, their timelines, what they ask for, what they want to see. Everything will be there, and when you give them a proposal that fits like a glove, they're going to have to buy. So how do you structure the call itself? First off, you start out by building rapport, much like you did on your discovery call. And if you ran the discovery call properly, this should be easier because you already built up some rapport. you already asked a more personal question. You already asked about them, and you know more about them. You have maybe sort of a relationship built already, and you can just keep going with that, right? So the very first part of the call is chit chat. It's just joking around, whatever it is. Depends on the person, of course, but most of the time you go through rapport. Then you set the agenda, because as a salesperson, you should always be setting expectations. So you start by saying, number one, I wanted to discuss what we've discussed previously, or actually I think it's better to say, I want to summarize what we've discussed previously. Number two, I want to run through how I can help you with XYZ. And number three, at the end of the call, we can agree on next steps with timelines. Does that work for you? Yes, bam. Okay, so when you do that, they're agreeing to everything in the call that you are asking for, right? They're agreeing to summarize, they're agreeing to go through your proposal, and they're agreeing to agree on next steps, which the next steps could be that they don't move forward, or it could be we send over the contract, we onboard you on this date, blah, 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 blah. Number three is timeline. So the timeline is the timeline of the call. So how long is the call going to last? You need to confirm your timeline before you jump on the call, because you want to make sure you know how long the call is going to last. You can pace yourself. You don't want to be halfway through your discovery call and then be like rushed off the phone because the prospect is like, oh, I got to go to a meeting. So, hey, Mr. Prospect, we still have half an hour scheduled for today. Okay, great. Do you have a hard stop? Yes or no? Oh, you do? Okay. So we'll jump in. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Whatever. Don't say jump into it, but we'll keep that in mind. You want to know what the timeline is. Okay. So in the agenda, like I said, you summarize what you discussed previously. Why do you do this? Number one, the prospect's forgotten about all the emotions that they were feeling when they were telling you about their problems on the discovery call. They were getting excited in the discovery call. They were feeling like ready to buy because you asked the right questions if you did it properly. But it's been a week or a few days since then, and they have other things to deal with, and they forget. They're not going to be in the buying state unless you bring them back to that realm of the pain they were feeling. So you need to summarize where they are now, where they want to be, why they want to be there, and what's in their way, and how you're going to help them. That will get them back in the buying mode. Number two, it makes them feel understood. It makes them feel like you listen to them, right? Because if you summarize their situation properly, they'll be like, wow, this guy gets it. They know what I'm going through. And if they feel that way, if they know that you understand their problem, they'll assume that you have the answer to their problem. So you need to summarize. And number three, you need to make sure that you summarize properly, because if you don't, you might go into a proposal with the wrong details, right? The wrong numbers, the wrong information, or you might miss something that's very important to them, which will dramatically decrease your likelihood of closing the deal. If you don't summarize your situation properly in the beginning of the proposal, it could also hurt your chances, but it's much better to catch it early on than halfway through the proposal when your entire proposal is not accurate and they're not going to buy from you. Number five, you need to show them how you can solve their problem with your solution. So run through your process, run through everything they asked for. In a few minutes, just talk about it, let them ask questions. It should not be very long. It's like a few slides tops. And at the end, you agree on next steps with a clear timeline. Okay, great. So they're going to say, yeah, this looks awesome. I'll say, awesome. Well, if you want to do this, when do you want your first meeting? Oh, I want it 2 months from now. Or no, actually, when do you want your first client? Oh, 2 months from now. Okay. Well, if you want your first client 2 months from now, the sales process takes a month, and it takes about a month for us to ramp up to start booking your first calls. That means we need to start right now. So how about this? Why don't we onboard you on Thursday? Today's Tuesday. We'll send over the contract today. We'll agree on terms by tomorrow. We'll onboard you on Thursday. That'll give us a day to ramp up, and then we can start Monday. And that puts you getting your first client in around 2 months from Monday. Work for you? Yeah, works for you. Okay, bam. There are the next steps with timelines. So you can send the calendar invitation out, you can send the contract over, and you're good to go. Move the deal forward to close. So how do you do a proposal for a dominant person? Number one, you need to be results focused and to the point, because they care about results, they care about themselves, and they want to be fast and efficient. So don't ramble, keep it short, keep it results oriented. For an influent person like me, you need to also keep it short because we're bad with details, but you need to get them excited by being their best friend on the call, talking to them a lot, letting them talk a lot, being very friendly, and focusing on what they want to achieve, because that will get them excited, it'll get them emotional, and they'll be impulsive, and they'll probably buy. For a stable personality, you need to emphasize the lack of change, because stable people don't like big changes. So while you will be changing their situation in terms of solving their problem, you don't want to make it seem like it's going to be a huge organizational change or a big you want to remove friction between them and buying, because they don't like change. They also care a lot about the well-being of their team. So you want to talk a lot about how this solution will help their team as well. And you want to really show that you care about them and the people they care about. And for a conscious person who's very detail-oriented, you need to have all the data, all the numbers. It has to be polished, detailed, thorough, thought through. One wrong move, one wrong misspelled letter, one misspelled word one misspelled anything, any number any calculation that was miscalculated, anything wrong, they will not want to buy because they're so detail oriented, they're perfectionists, and they'll tear your plan apart. They'll look at it from every angle, and if there's ever a spot where you're missing something, they'll call you out on it. So with a conscious person, you need to be very thorough and very detailed. But that's how you close a deal. That's how you present a proposal, and that's how you get someone interested in buying. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a like I said, it really helps out. If you want the lead generation training document down below, you can have it for free. It will help you out a ton. If you want more coaching with cold email and or sales, I have a link in the description as well where you can book a call with me and we'll go through anything you want. You can ask me questions, we can do role plays, whatever you want to do, I can help you out. And yeah, that's about it for today. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.